Hi, this is a reading for you. It is not attached to a zodiac sign or a timeline. The intention is if you come across this reading, it should benefit you in some way. If you enjoy it, feel free to like and subscribe. I've pulled some cards for you here. And this reading to me is interesting. I feel like work, creativity, collaboration, all of these things are sort of on your mind right now. I feel like in a lot of ways it's just sort of taking a step forward. I feel like you're really kind of putting yourself in the moment of what you want. And I do kind of get the impression of a sense of urgency because there is this Nine of Pentacles behind you, and the thing with him is he is slow moving. Now, what I would say is it's for good reason. Perhaps he's obtained certain things, perhaps he has an understanding of what he's doing, and this grants him a sense of confidence. And he is abundant. It's not like he's doing bad. But I would say if there was any folly to this character, is that, you know, he drags his feet a little bit. It could be symbolic of patience with what you're doing, but in this reading, I'm sort of seeing it that way. And, you know, there's reflection on this, and overall, I feel like you're inspired. Overall, I think you're happy. But there is sort of a tinge of melancholy or doubt that is present, either with you or maybe someone around you, which could inspire some insecurity in one form or another. Because there does seem to be anxiety of a level of competition or trying to gain certain things, or maybe disruption within what you receive. Maybe it's attention, maybe it's monetary, maybe it's, I don't know. But you do seem very passionate about this. I feel like you're very clear in your thinking because you're inspired, you're enthused, you're, motivated. Now, ahead of you, you do have the Hierophant. So you could go into some sort of process of education, or this could be furthering a commitment. This could be anything sort of traditional or formal that's relevant to you, obviously, or some form of institution. But also the Hierophant does hold authority, platform. People gather from all over to hear the Hierophant speak. The Hierophant can initiate you into truths that you wouldn't otherwise have, so there is something, I'm going to say, of importance, especially where it is, after all, a major arcana card. So the major arcana usually represents the more significant matters of life, where minor is more day-to-day. And again, I don't know, I feel like you're choosing a new direction or to leave certain things behind and sort of expand yourself onto the world. And there is a sense of stability and triumph and victory and, sort of chapters of great endings and of great beginnings and all this. It's all very dramatic. I think you're having a great time. Now, there is something with the outside influence. There could be some sudden news, or, probably bad news. Maybe a sense of feeling suspended or on hold. Definitely sort of a less than ideal point of view. So, and that could be with what was crossing you too, with the tinge of melancholy. It could be someone around you. So it's interesting. I feel like someone could be contemplating parting ways from you. It kind of seems like they're making a judgment call in some form or fashion. Clarify what's ahead. This feels separate. This is more of a personal matter, probably. It could be like a relationship. They could be kind of confused. Clarify. Yeah, I feel like, you know, especially if you're overcoming trials of some kind, it's not that, you know, I don't know, maybe there's just certain things that are being worked out. I would say that they seem far less optimistic than you do, or maybe they're having their own personal issue in some way. You know, and you know, I don't know, and you could be leaving certain things or people behind, because especially with the world there, because that can talk about cycles closing out. It could also be symbolic of travel. There is justice in the outcome, as well as a sense of celebration, passion, creativity. Yeah, I mean, look, Ace of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. So there is something that I want to say is coming into fruition, or is shaping up into its full form almost. There may be some difficulties with it, or certain things that you have to address within yourself, or just changes in your life that require changes in behavior. I feel like there's maybe a person more invested than the other. There's the outcome. So the outcome is the Hierophant. You know, it kind of suggests to bring justice to a situation, particularly if it's in a commitment of some kind, or like a marriage maybe. Because it does kind of seem like that, because in one perspective, there's like the Two of Cups, there's the King of Cups, and then there's sort of this more social, like, I want to say like, or, you know, someone who may even be sort of like operating off deep wounding, like maybe patterns that I feel like it's someone outside of you. They may be becoming aware of a lot of things. I mean, you know, especially if it is a relationship, though, with the Hierophant, Ten of Pentacles, Justice. I mean, that's pretty good as far as an outcome. And, you know, it could definitely be about more than that. Like, especially because the first part of the spread is interesting, because it sort of talks about becoming a lot aware of a lot that you maybe were overlooking in some way. And it's almost like you're kind of trying to pursue something or move forward in some way, but almost with a sense of confusion, or get decisive is definitely a message here. Get very decisive and clear in your thinking, and then be patient, particularly if it involves doing something. Because, you know, we can go over all these different scenarios or ideas or options in our mind, and we can confuse ourselves to no end, and we can be forever in doubt. And you know what's not happening in that time is clear decision making, clear action taken, a clear frame of mind where you know exactly what you're doing. Because when you're in that place, you don't know what you're doing. And some people spend years there of this perpetual cycle of just considering certain things. Make a choice. Life is short, you know? So I'm going to take this reading a bit further on my Patreon. If you want to join me there for the extended version, the link is in the description below. I am also taking personal readings, which you can access through my website. Everything's in the description below. And so if you enjoyed this, like I said, feel free to like and subscribe. That helps everything out greatly. And I'll see you all next time. Patreon.